Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles. Now, earlier today I had an epiphany of sorts. I was in playground mode getting some footage for another video, and I was playing around in Loot Lake, this whole new floating island thing that is in Loot Lake, and I thought, man, there's some crazy stuff we could do in Loot Lake. I'm sure there's some stuff that we could explore, we could try out, and then we could see what we could maybe do with the sort of black hole thing that's down there, which the cube has formed, which is causing the Loot Lake house to rise up into the air. I thought, you never know, what could we do? Could we somehow cover that black hole? Could we destroy it? Could we do something weird with it? Could something get sucked into it? Like, I have no idea what we could do with this black hole. And I thought there's only one way to find out, and that is to jump into playground mode and see what crazy things we can do. So that is exactly what we are going to be doing today, guys. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I've got a few ideas of what I fancy trying and what I think could be quite interesting to see if we can maybe pull it off. Unfortunately, though, one of the ideas that I had involved a porta fortress. You might be able to guess what I was thinking of doing. And unfortunately, it has been removed from play as of the time I filmed this video. Hopefully, it'll be back in soon. If it's back on before I get around to editing this video and I finish editing the video, I will try and go back and maybe get some porta fortress footage for you guys. I believe the porta fortress still in the game, which is good. That should hopefully not hinder us too much in stuff that I've got planned that I want to do. But the porta fortress would have just been the icing on the cake. But we can start fun. I've still got a few things planned, and hopefully you guys are just as excited to see what we're going to do as I am. I am super excited to see the possibilities that we can come up with when it comes to this black hole typhoon thing that's sucking everything into the sea. I would love to see what we can do. This is going to be so much fun. But first we need to do a little bit of looting to maybe find some cool items to use. As you can imagine, we're going to be chucking a lot of things into the black hole and seeing what the outcome is. As you can see, it's basically dragging everything into it, but it does bounce you back out though. You can't actually get sucked inside it, which is really interesting in the fact that it's absorbing everything down into it, but you can't actually go into it yourself. Maybe you will. Maybe there's something in Season 6 that will happen that will allow that to happen. Maybe parts of the map will get sucked into it. Who knows? Who knows? Epic always surprises when it comes to stuff with the seasons as the season progresses. We are still on the second day of Season 6 at the time of filming this, so who knows what is going to happen in the coming sort of weeks as we head through the rest of Season 6. Right, there's a couple of llamas here, and there's also a red supply drop, which, as you guys will know, in playground mode means impulse grenades, and it also means the brand new Spike Trap Stadium. So I think we're going to have to collect some of these and see what we can do with them. I've got a few ideas, and there's also 2 llamas over here as well. Oh, that's one of the things I wanted. We've got a porta fort. Oh, we found it. We found it. I have been looking for a rocket launcher this whole time. We've just found the rocket launcher. Nice. So that was the main thing I was looking for. Wouldn't mind a grenade launcher, but I don't. Do you ever really see grenade launchers in playground mode? I don't ever really recall seeing one. You see rocket launchers, but I never see. Maybe you can't get grenade launchers. I never actually thought about it enough to pay much attention. But I don't think I've ever seen a grenade launcher in playground mode, which is really unusual. But that's fair enough. Maybe it's just not in. Maybe they're just not in playground mode. There's also another red supply drop. There's 2 supply drops over there, red ones. I think once we go back to Loot Lake and drop this stuff out, I think we're going to head back there and maybe get some more of these Spiky Stadium trap things. Oh, we're going to keep the rift to go, because that's going to be a really handy way to get about. Speaking of which, right, we'll take that. We might as well stock up on impulse grenades while we are here. Right, there we go. There's the shockwave grenade. That was the last thing that I wanted from this. We've also got 10 rockets. That would do me just nicely. I think that's everything. I think that is everything, unless I find another... No, I think we're good. I think we actually are good this time.
2,000 years later.
So right, here we go. We're back at our collection spot. Let's go and have some fun. First things first, I'm going to build my way over there, try and make it as easy as possible for us to navigate, especially with the fact that we've got the ATK. So
many months later.
So we've got ourselves a nice little road for the ATK to get down, and I did notice that we can't actually build over here. We can't build too far out. We can't build over the black hole typhoon type of thing. They obviously thought this one through. They thought people were going to try and mess with it, so they made sure that we couldn't do that. We couldn't cover anything like that, because obviously that might affect the force field type of thing that's going on with the cube. They really did plan this one out. So right, let's drop all of our items off, and let's go back and get the rest of them, and let's have some fun.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
So right, we've got all of our items here. Let's see what we can do to mess with this thing. I have no idea how this one's going to go at all, but there's only one way to find out, and that is to... That's to try. Should we see if we can clinger it? What happens if we use clingers? Oh, where's it gone? Okay, so it just kind of lands in the middle of nowhere? Whoa. Okay, so it kind of got sucked in. So let's see what the C4 does. Does it actually do anything at all? It kind of... No, it kind of diffuses the C4. We can't do anything. It doesn't... You can't activate it. That's really interesting. Let's try it again. Nope. No, it literally diffuses C4. And you can't... It basically just null and void C4. So that's... Yeah, it still works as normal. So if it goes into the... If it goes into the sort of the cyclone, that's it. Okay, that's really interesting. Did not expect that one, right? What about grenades? Where do grenades go? Because they self-detonate. Okay, so they still detonate it. Basically... It's kind of similar to how it was in Season 5 when the cube went into the lake. When it all became one massive bounce pad, you could bounce grenades across. It's kind of doing a similar thing there. It's kind of moving them. It's kind of taking them up into the sky and obviously self-detonating after however many seconds it is. So you can't throw them into the cyclone or get close. I have no idea where that last one went. But that got pretty close in. It flew straight back out. Impulse grenade, let's try them. Can we... Oh, that kind of skimmed across like a rock. That was really interesting. That didn't happen with the explosives. Yeah, I knew I was going to do something stupid like that. That's cool. So you can send these... You can actually send these quite... Where... Okay, I have no idea where that ended up. Right, it's impulse off the cube. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if it's detonating afterwards. I'd love to get a second player. Maybe I should get that. Maybe I should get someone to stand over there and see what happens to the impulse grenade. But it seems like the impulse grenade does a lot more than the explosive. The explosive is actually slightly disappointing, if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm quite happy that that's at least done something. That seemed a bit more interactive with the cyclone, the black hole. I don't know what the official name for it is. But whatever this is, it seems to be a bit more interactive. But let's try stink bombs. Obviously they detonate on impact, so no idea where. Is that going to fall back down like the... No, it's going to hit that. Right, that's hitting off the side there and detonating. Alright, that's slightly disappointing. Can we boogie bomb it? I'm not expecting it to start dancing or anything. Oh, that skimmed across like a rock. Right, so some things seem to skim across if you get it at the right angle. It sort of goes down, bounces back up. Before it detonates, some stuff flies all the way up there. The impulse one is definitely what's impressed me the most, though. That went, God knows where that ended up. Like I said, I'd love to see if maybe there was a possibility that it detonated out of sight. I'd love to see if we could maybe get someone to help us out and see what actually happens with it. Or maybe get my second account or something and see if that does anything. See, maybe use my PS4 account now that you can do cross-platform. And maybe see if it can... maybe we can see what's on the other side when it does actually detonate. So the Impulse one, the Shotgun one wasn't actually... The Shockwave one wasn't as... that wasn't as cool as I thought it was. But let's try the rocket launch. This is what I've been waiting for. We've been sort of saving the best for last now. We've got 3 things left to try. And I've been saving these 3 for last because I've been really curious to see what these are going to look like. So where's that going to end up? Okay, so that's hit off the side of there. I'd love to see if you could do some trick shots where you could send a rocket down and maybe send it up to the top and maybe kill someone at the top of Loot Lake. That would be so much fun to try. There'd be someone who's a damn sight better than I am at it. Right, so that seems like it's just heading towards the... It's going to hit off the same place each time. Does it still attack you if you hit it? Yeah, it does. Okay, so the cube still bites. The cube still bites if you annoy it. So maybe we should maybe we shouldn't do that. And now I need to find the loot. Don't want to tell me I've lost them. Spiky Stadium. There we go. That's one of them. I'm sure I had 2 of them. Sure I had 2 of these things. Don't say I've lost one by being stupid. I think I've lost one. I think we should go and find another one though. I do want 2 of them. We've got time. Let's go and get a second one.
Later.
Oh, we found one. We found a Porter Fortress. They must be back in the game. Oh yes, this. I'm kind of glad we lost the second Spike Stadium because that was a blessing in disguise. We've just found what I was after. Now we can make this video exactly how I want it to be. Let's head back to Loot Lake. Let's finish this up. Let's save the best for last. Let's see how this is going to play out because I have no idea and I'm so excited to find out. I could not wait to see. So right, here we go. We're back at Loot Lake. We already saw what happens when you send a rocket up. Hopefully that does not hit the cube again. No, it's not going to. But what happens if you put a Spiky Stadium in it? What if we put the Spiky Stadium trap and we go and play it in the bottom of Loot Lake? Is it going to work? Oh, it went down. Okay, so that actually does kind of sink in. We've got the lights here. That's it, but there's no traps. There's nothing. I'm assuming we can drop down here without getting killed. Yeah, there's literally nothing. It didn't work. Alright, that's really interesting. So we've done the outline of it, which obviously we can still walk across. This is the bit outside of the build zone. So that still works, but yeah, nothing else has. Alright, it's really interesting. Can we lob one up in the air? Is it going to get taken away? Right, that's gone further. Yes, that's gone straight over it. So that's worked fine. Can we build up? No, we can't build up. Alright, that's really interesting. What about Porter Fort? That's kind of worked. Can we stack them on? Right, so they kind of stack on top of each other still. They've kind of worked, but can we get rid of these now? Hopefully I've got enough rockets to do this. No, so it kind of didn't work as well as I thought, but the Porter Fort's way bigger than it. So let's see what happens if we do this. Right, so we have a Porter Fort in the middle of this, but can we actually get into it? That is the question. Oh, we bounced off the cube there. Can we go down? Oh, we made it. Oh, we bounced off the things. So we can actually get to the bottom of... This is probably the closest we're going to get to the bottom of the cyclone. Because we can actually get to the bottom of it. Oh, shame we can't shoot the bottom out. might have been able to get inside it. That's really, really interesting. For some reason, the Porta Fortress is allowed. Can we open the door? That would be super cool. Oh, did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. I want to see if I can get all the way down and open the door inside the Porta Fortress. I'm going to have to angle this right. This is so interesting. I did not expect this one to happen. Right, let's go for it. Oh, that was super close. That was super close. Right, let's go for it again. No, because we're in the air. We can't open anything. We can't interact with anything. That's really interesting with the fact that most of the things bounce straight off it, but the Porta Fort is built inside it. Even the stadium didn't work. We got the outline of the stadium, but there was no traps on the side of it, which is really interesting. And with the fact it didn't render any of those stuff, yet the whole Porta Fortress with the bounce pads are there, but obviously we can't land on it. But we can get low enough that we can bounce off the tires. And if we could have interacted with things, we would have been able to open that door as well. That's super cool. That's really interesting. But you know what we're going to do now. So right, here we go. Let's have some fun with the ATK. As I said, as we found out earlier, rather, there is one on the dock. Right where we dropped off all the weapons originally, so we don't have to go hunting for one. It is right there, and then we're gonna see what happens when we put that into the anti-grav bit with no issues, with nothing blocking our path. Let's see if we can have some fun. Maybe we can fly the ATK around Loot Lake. That would be so much fun. I really hope we can do something cool with this. So right, here we go. We've got the ATK. Let's head into the lake. Let's go into the anti-grav thing and let's see what this is going to do. Now we haven't got the Porta Fortresses in the way. Super excited to see what we're going to do. Hopefully we can maybe fly around Loot Lake, around the floating island. That would be super cool. Oh, we could just bail out. Okay. Not what I had in mind, but... oh, we tried. We tried. And... when you fail, get back up and try again. I want to try and do a lap around the floating island in the ATK. Don't think we're going to do it, but well, we can try. We can try. God loves a trier. Right, it's hitting that that's causing the issue. Can we get back around? Can we get... oh, we're too far away. Okay, did not expect that one to happen. So I think that's nature's way of telling us to maybe give up with the ATK. But yeah, I think that's about everything that we've tried when it comes to this cyclone, this black hole. I don't know what people are calling it yet. I'll have to have a look and see what everyone's calling it. There's people are going to come up with some name for it. I think it's like a cyclone, black hole thing, but I have no idea what it actually is. But it's really, really interesting. And we've seen quite a few cool things, which I didn't expect certain things to work in the way that they did. Just to sort of summarise, we had the remote explosives and the grenades, the clingers, stuff like that. They didn't interact in the way that I expected them to. They were a bit disappointing, actually. The remote explosives didn't even do anything. They basically just disarmed, which was really, really strange. The impulse grenades were... the shockwave one was disappointing, but the regular impulse one, I'd love to know where that landed, whether it did detonate or something. That is something I'm going to have to try and get a second person to stand on the other side. See if maybe we can impulse them. That would be super, super cool. The Spiky Stadium didn't do anything, which was really, really strange. It rendered around it, but none of the traps did inside the cyclone area itself. Really, really strange. Did not expect that one to happen, but the Porta Fort and the Porta Fortress could literally go right down into the middle of the black hole, and then they would appear. So it was very strange that the Spiky Stadium wouldn't do it, but the Porta Fort and the Porta Fortress would. And the ATK, you can send you around a little bit, then obviously you're going to hit the wall and bail out. But overall, we had some fun. The rocket launch wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I was a little bit disappointed with that one, but it was fun nonetheless, and I had so much fun doing it, and hopefully you guys had so much fun seeing what you can do with this cyclone black hole thing in Loot Lake with the floating island. It's been interesting, and I cannot wait to maybe come up with some more stuff that we can do, see what else we can do in the world of Fortnite Season 6, because so much stuff is happening right now in the game, and I'm super excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. If you enjoyed this video, do you want to see more like this on the channel, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and notifications on. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and click all. That way you'll never miss out on a video goes live on the channel, whether it is Fortnite or whether it is anything else that I do. My name is Doodles. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.